Hello everyone, welcome to episode 25 of the Holistic Back Health series. Today we're going to do another short series of exercises together in which we will focus on your hip mobility. So today we're going to work on your hip mobility again, but instead of working on the sagittal plane like we did last time, today we're going to focus on the frontal plane, which is where all the movements that go from side to side are happening. The most important muscles for that plane is the insides of your thighs, the adductor muscles and the groin muscles, and then on the outsides, the outer thigh and the glute muscles. Those are areas where a lot of very important nerves run through, and if we don't have that area very mobile, then what happens is that sometimes those nerves can get pinched or irritated, and that can lead to problems. So in order to prevent that from happening, we want to release the tension on the inside and outside of your muscles, and we start by doing some fascial treatments. For that, you will need to stick again, and then you sit down, move your foot outside, turn it outside, and place the stick on your inner thigh. What you now do is you push gently, so you feel that it's really giving you pressure on those muscles and the fascia below it. And you now go in pretty rapid movements back and forth, and you try to find spots that hurt a little bit, that feel a little bit uncomfortable. But then again, you don't want to push down too much so that it really hurts badly, but be gentle. And focus on those sticking points where you feel that it's a bit uncomfortable. And you try to go from your groin area all the way down to your knee. And try to stroke all the different parts of those inner thighs, and make sure you stay on the spots that feel uncomfortable a little bit longer. Give them a little bit more attention, and then move on to other areas. All right, after 30 seconds, you're done with one side, and then we switch over to the other side and do the same thing on that side. There might be a difference between right and left. Maybe one side is feeling a little bit more uncomfortable and you have more sticking points. It's totally normal. Maybe you want to give that side a little bit more attention, but also go all the way up to the groin area, because that is where all the muscles attach and all the nerves run through. Let's do another 5 seconds together. All right, that's it. We now get up on one knee and put the stick on the outside of the other thigh, and now do the same thing here. But here you can stay in the upper part or all the way down in the lower part most of the time. You can also go over the whole thigh, the outside thigh, but it's enough if you just stick with those upper and lower parts and try to release those muscles and the fascia in those areas. You don't have to go here, especially if it hurts very bad. Then just stick with those areas. Move the stick a little bit, turn it a little bit so that you stroke more the inner part and then the outer part of that area. And always try to breathe calmly and deeply. All right, and then we switch over to the other side. Another 10 seconds. Make sure you also stroke the glutes, the outsides of the glutes. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We stay in that position and now place the stick in front of us, have both arms stretched out and have the other knee as far out as possible so that you already feel the stretch here on the insides of your legs. And what you now do is you push the stick down, which engages your core, and you now try to, with every breath in, you try to lift up your rib cage a little bit. Get really tall in your spine, and then when you breathe out, you try to keep that expansion of the rib cage, and always try to bring the air in all different areas of your rib cage so that it expands three-dimensionally. Breathe in and breathe out. And if you feel like you can go even a little bit wider, then move a little bit now. And then from here, you rock back as far as possible and then come up all the way. When you come up, you try to engage your glute muscles so that you tilt your pelvis just slightly into a posteriorly tilt. And you feel your glutes engage and you feel even more of a stretch on the insides of your hips. So rock back again and come forward again. All the way back and forward again. 2 more. And the last one. Great. All right, switching sides. Again, try to get as wide as possible so that you already feel the stretch. Be upright. Focus on breathing in deeply, expanding the rib cage, elongating the spine, and then breathe out through your mouth. Try to keep that expansion and have your core engaged when you breathe out. Okay, we rock back and forth again, all the way back, all the way up, back and forth, all the way back. Adjust if you want to. And the last 3 repetitions. One more. All right, great. Get out of that position, and now you have the stick on one side. You push it down to the floor, and you have your feet flat, and you now just move the hip outside towards that stick. You can actually lean into that side with your hips as much as possible, and you will feel the outsides of your glutes getting stretched, and also the upper part of your body, of the side of your body, or your lats. And then come up again, push the hips out as far as possible. Make sure you don't sit back here, then you won't feel anything, but try to stay in that line when you move to the side. And you feel the outsides here very well. When you turn and you breathe in now, try to breathe into that outside of the rib cage. And then come back. Let's do 3 more. And with each time you do it, try to go a little further into the stretch. And one last one. All right. Switching sides. Other side. And then again, push the hip out. And you might already feel that one side is easier than the other one. Maybe on the one side you feel very strong stretch, and here you don't feel anything. That's pretty normal, but you want to work on the side that is less flexible more, of course. We will do 3 more. Stay here for a little bit and then breathe into the outside. Giving those small rib muscles around your ribs a good stretch as well. One last time. All right, great. Now we come up and you get into a split position. Try to go as wide as, not as possible, but almost, so that you already feel a slight stretch in your adductors. And now you have the stick in front of you, arms are stretched, and again you try to bring the pelvis forward and tilt it posteriorly. In that position you feel all the glute muscles engaged and you feel the front hip getting stretched. Stay here, breathe in deeply, elongate your spine. And if you want, adjust, try to go a little wider. And now we rock back again as far as possible. And when you now push the hips back, you can push the stick forward as much as possible. All right, the more you push the hips back, the more you push the stick forward to elongate your spine, but always make sure that your back stays straight. So you don't want to round your back or be in too much of an arch position, but try to keep your back straight, look in the mirror or find someone checking you. And then from here, you try to focus on expanding the rib cage in all directions and really getting long here. Push the stick forward and your hips back. And then when you breathe out, you try to keep that length. Don't fall back, but keep the length, and then breathe in, push forward and back at the same time. Let's do 3 more together. Breathe in, get long, and really sit back with the hips. And the last one. All right, perfect. Shake it off, and now for your final exercise, you cross one leg over and you have the stick in front of you again. Arms are stretched, and you now again focus on getting tall. Breathe in, try to expand your rib cage in all directions. Elongate your spine. Imagine somebody would pull you up on the back side of your skull, really getting the chin down and the neck long. Breathe in and then out. And now you push the hips back again and push the stick forward as much as possible. And you will feel the stretch on the outside of your glutes, maybe even of both sides. And really, again, focus on getting long while not getting round in your back or overarching, but try to stay really straight in your back. Look down and then focus on elongating your spine. Breathing in, getting longer, pushing the hips back, and breathing out, keeping the length. And if you feel too much tension in your neck here, what you can do is you can pull the stick apart. So pull on both sides. That engages your outer shoulder muscles and takes away all the stress and the tension from the neck. But at the same time, you push it forward. So you pull out, but you push forward and get longer with your arms and with your back. Last 2, deep breath. All right, switching sides one more time. Cross over with the other side. And then push the hips back. Breathe deeply. Three more breaths. All right, that's it. Shake it off. I hope you already feel that your hip muscles are opening up and that your spine is elongated. And so in the next video, we will focus on the transversional plane which is where everything is happening with the rotating muscles. So I hope you like this video, and if you want to continue watching this series and you don't want to miss out on any further videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you push the notification bell. I hope to see you in the next video again. Till then, bye bye.